and welcome. Thank you for joining me today for a meditation. Today's meditation is a little bit about clearing the mind. We've done quite a bit of work on this recently, so go back over the past meditations if you want to see those, if you kind of like this theme. The idea is that often we can get stuck on something, so a thought might swirl around our mind. And sometimes it can be quite overwhelming, but sometimes it just kind of sort of stops us from starting maybe new things. So we had a beautiful new moon this week in Pisces. And I always think of new moons as a lovely opportunity to start afresh, to start something new. Every month we have this gift, looking into the sky, we see that crescent moon, and we have a chance to begin again, maybe start something new, start some new projects. But it's really hard to if our hands are full of things. So in this meditation today, we're going to be aware of what sort of things are in our mind. And we're also going to do something that's really probably not very mindful at all. We're going to judge it. We're going to decide if it's something that we should keep. Is it a positive thing? Or is it like a worry or an anxiety or something that isn't serving us? And we're going to file the two appropriately. So please, this is only going to be a short meditation. So just kind of making yourself comfortable for how you'd like to meditate today. And whether that's sitting or lying down or a combination of the two. Feeling supported, feeling safe in the environment you're in. And maybe you're closing your eyes. As we close our eyes, we might be aware of sounds around us, and we're just letting our focus come into ourselves in this moment. Just kind of let yourself be aware of your breath as that sense of self in this moment. And we can track that breath in, noticing it, and we can track the breath out. Again, that just awareness, and no need to change or affect it, just a nice little anchor for our attention, maybe sort of away from the external world and reminding us that just each breath is this moment right now. So I want you to picture in your mind where you are and just kind of placing into that scene 2 boxes or possibly 2 bags. It might be kind of like suitcase bags, holdalls, they might be supermarket carriers, it doesn't matter. Just kind of see what your imagination gives you. And we're going to kind of let our thoughts flow into one of those 2 bags. So we've got one bag with the problems, the worries, the anxieties, the things that may never happen, that we worry about and that we expect they might experience any moment, but they don't actually. And these kind of hinder, they hold us. So we're just going to let our thoughts that may come under that definition gravitate towards that bag. Meanwhile, you've also got the other bag. And this bag is all that we might wish for. It can be desires, dreams, ambitions. And they may be very simple. So just as you sit with your breath, maybe just starting to notice what the mind is maybe wandering away to now. Just kind of being aware of the sense of usefulness to that. Is this a regular thought that swirls around. And how does it fit? It might be an essential task, but do we need to spend a lot of time thinking about it? Or can we just let it drift into that bag, a heavy bag as it were, that we often carry around? Now sometimes we might visualise ourselves sort of seeing these arriving on pieces of paper or just wispy thoughts, and we blow them in there, or we screw them into a ball and we throw them into there. Sometimes they miss and they fall out the side. But sometimes our aim is very accurate. And as you kind of let things drift there, if that feels right, something a little bit lighter. Now it may be that our mind is not giving us positive things. Perhaps it's full of positive things and we're just kind of like stuffing those into the big positive bag. But maybe if it's not, just take a look into that bag of desires and wishes, and you might see inside some things. What things are in there for your bag today? There may be things like peacefulness, gratitude, happiness for a moment, an awareness of your strength, courage, joyfulness. These may be things you wish for and desire. There may be things that are in your life. Now this is the bag we will take with us today. Now sometimes you need to dispose of the other bag. So if it feels appropriate, you may place the things in the other bag, maybe into a fire or into a dustbin as you leave this scene, letting go of it before you kind of hold the bag of wishes and desires to you. Now as we look at our wishes and desires, sometimes the negative comes in, the reasons why we can't do it. Maybe we can't do it today. Maybe it's something that we wish for in the future. Maybe we can put some building blocks in place. So find the way out, as it were, from the negative. Just moving those objections. Throwing the objections onto the fire and just kind of trusting without that objection there's space in your life for something positive, for the right person to come along, the right opportunity to help you towards that. But if we're too busy holding on to all the objections, there's no space. So let it go. Allow yourself to hold on to the soft bag of wishes, the kindness, the gratitude, the peace, the courage and trust as you go forward. Taking this with you a little lighter, full of a little bit of positive energy, courage, as we notice our breath as we come to the end of our meditation. We can only live this one day at a time, so don't be overwhelmed by your bag of wishes. Just know that they are there, maybe for your future. Just one day at a time. When you're ready, just blinking your eyes open. It just leaves me to say thank you very much for joining me in this meditation. If you liked today, I'll be very Pleased to hear your comments. And also, if you click the subscribe button on the channel, you'll get notifications of the weekly uploads. You'll also find me on Facebook as Heartfelt Yoga, and I hope we might communicate via these different ways. Thank you for joining me today.